The number of injured in that terrifying stage collapse in Mexico has now risen to 70 people. It all happened at a presidential candidates rally. You can see this structure are not large screen fill right onto the audience. They're blaming a strong wind gust that came through 9 people, including a minor, are now dead. CNN's Stefano Pozzebon is with us now once more. 7, and what more you learning? Well, okayed. We're learning that at least 70 people are being treated for injuries in relation to that tragedy. Thankfully, no more deaths on updates. 9 people have been killed. One of them, just like he said, either minor, but in the early hours of this Thursday, Kayet, we're learning from CNN Web 13 in Atlanta. What could possibly have 17:05 a.m.? What could possibly have happened for the stage to collapse? They sent us in the last hour. A fresh new reports about the conditions in Monterey is saying that the was impacted by a gust front. They said which is when gusty winds push out in all directions from thunderstorm, that these can cause winds to suddenly pick up. And if you see those terrifying images that we're receiving from social media out across Mexico, you can see that the wind is very pretty precedent that the candidates were on the stage same gainer and chanting campaign slogans when all of a sudden the winds are suddenly pick up and cause they stay which to collapse. Now the main question hanging over Mexico this morning, Katie, is how could these events take place? So because we know that the Mexican Mythological Service, he said he'd be sure a stark warning about these possibility with winds forecaster 2 up to 40 miles per hour. And late last night, the Mexican presidential candidate Jorge Alvarez, 18:06 a.m. candidate Jorge Alvarez Manius, was on that stage, said that such a tragedy was very hard to forecast. You can listen to what he said to be do is go more into wrong. Came what happened was a strong wind that must have lasted 5 minutes and took down trees, is quite hence there's a lot of news coverage about it. The disaster that caused this accident was not a common weather event, it wasn't an ongoing storm, or as it wasn't a predictable weather event as it has speculated. That bit of money now Kate's cake. This tragedy has a cast songbird shadow on the entire Mexican campaign. The Mexicans will hold to the poll also on June the 2nd to elect a new candidates. A Nant after Andres Manuel Lopez AI presentation maker sponsored Simplified.com sign up.